Hello, welcome to i-nastava. Here is an English lesson for the 4th grade of high school. My name is Livija Pribanić, and I will be your teacher in the lesson under the title Art Through History. In our lesson today, you will analyze the concept of art, and you will also link artistic concepts. And now, please get ready for the lesson. Prepare your notebook and a pen or pencil. As we will be talking about art, you might as well prepare colored pencils just to get a little bit creative. Are you ready? Let's get started. My first question for you is, how much do you know about art? I'm sure you can all explain what art really is, provide a sort of definition. What about types of art? How many types of art are there? In this first activity, I would like you to pause the lesson and take the quiz. There is the link and the QR code to get you to the quiz. As you can see here on the slide, you will get a list of words which should be grouped into 3 categories: visual art, written art, and performing art. So pause the lesson, take the quiz, and have some fun. Don't forget to come back. Now that we have sort of revised the types of art, visual art, written art, and performing art, it's time to discuss something else. Take a look at these 2 examples. Is this art? Do you know what these are? These 2 are examples of doodle art. Doodling happens when your mind is somewhere else, but your hands draw the inner thoughts of your unconscious mind. Doodles can be a fun way of presenting yourself, but they can also serve as a practical tool to learn to draw. So let's give it a try. Before we start doodling, let's think a bit more about doodle art. I've provided a very brief explanation of what it is. What I would like you to do now is to pause the lesson and write down all the questions you have on doodle art. Take your time, think about it, and write it down. In your next task, you will do a bit of reading and a bit of learning. Here is a bit.ly link and a QR code to a web page with a very informative text. Read through the text and try to find the answers to your questions. Good luck and have fun! As promised, now it's time to have fun. You will try doodling. If you click on the link or if you scan the QR code, it will take you to Google Art and Culture. This is where you will practice doodling. The task is very simple. You just choose the shape and create your doodle. The app will then compare your sketch to the real pieces of art. We will use your sketch and the real pieces of art in our next task as well. You can now pause the lesson and doodle a bit. When you are finished with your final sketch, please come back to get the instructions for your next task. You will be needing your sketch and the original pieces of art proposed by Google Arts and Culture. And now it's time to prepare your final task. your report. And here are the steps that will help you to fulfill your task completely. Step 1 is writing an introduction. In your introduction, introduce the topic of doodling and also explain your experience of doodling. Step 2 will be paragraph 2, in which you will present the first piece of art that was matched to your sketch. In this paragraph, also provide historical background of the piece of art and give your personal impression. Do the same in step 3 for the second matching piece of art. And finally, conclude your report with the summary in the form of a reflection. So you will write a reflective summary. You can choose the format of your report. It can be a video recording. Please don't make it longer than 3 minutes. You can also make a voice recording. Again, be careful of the timing. Let it not be longer than 3 minutes. Or, if you prefer, you can just write your report. In that case, please make sure that 4 paragraphs are clearly visible and that there are a total of 250 words in your report. And at the very end of our lesson, the checklist. In the checklist, you can see 4 texts, 4 paragraphs, 4 parts of the report. Start with your personal experience. Move on to piece of art number 1, providing historical background and giving your impressions. Move on to piece of art number 2, repeating the same procedure, the same elements as for the piece of art number 1. And finally, write a reflective summary. Once you have ticked all these, you are ready to send your final product to your teacher. This is the end of our lesson. Until the next time, bye everybody.